Hi, CPL Ron. This is on page 23, the homework I gave you. So, very first problem. Looks like I can just go ahead and drop the parentheses and add the like terms. So 3x squared and 2x squared is 5x squared. And then x minus 2x is minus 1x, or just minus x. And then 2 plus 1 is 3. The reason I could do that is because it didn't have any subtraction signs before the parentheses. I can do the same thing with number 2. 4x squared plus x squared is going to be 5x squared. And then 2x plus 3x is 5x. And then minus 2. And continue the trend with number 3. We're going to have 2x squared is our highest exponent, then 3x plus x is 4x, and then negative 8 plus 4 is negative 4. Problem number 4, we're still continuing with the same thing. X to the third is our biggest, so 4x to the third, and 2x to the third is 6x to the third. And then I have a 3x squared, and then I have a plus x, and then negative 5 plus 1 is negative 4. Then number 5 is where we need to do a little bit more. So I can drop the first set of parentheses on the first one. I'm going to distribute the negative over. So watch what's the second set of parentheses. It was a y squared, now it's negative y squared. It was a negative 8y, now it's a positive 8y. And it was a positive 9, so now it's a negative 9. So notice how I changed the signs. This is my largest exponent, so 6y to the third, so we're done with that. 2y squared minus y squared is y squared. And then negative y plus 8y is 7y. And then negative 11 and negative 9 is negative 20. Do the same thing on number 6. I can drop the first set of parentheses, no problem. But then let's distribute the negative over the parentheses. So it was a positive 2x to the third, now it's a negative 2x to the third. It was a positive 5x squared, it's now a negative 5x squared. It was a negative 5x, now it's a positive 5x. It was a positive 3, it's now a negative 3. This is my highest exponent, so we're going to list that first. And then I have 4x squared minus 5x squared, which is negative 1x squared, or negative x squared. The negative 5x and positive 5x, they cancel each other out. The 3's cancel each other out as well. Number 7. So I'm going to drop the first set of parentheses really easily. Distribute the negative over. It was a positive y squared, or y to the fourth, now it's a negative y to the fourth. It was a negative 5y to the third, now it's a positive 5y to the third. And I'm going to go back and I'll name all these when I get done with this page. So negative 3, or let's go negative y to the fourth minus 3y to the third. Oops. I jumped over something real quick. Combine those, because that's the third as well. So that's going to give me plus 2y to the third, and then plus y squared. And then number 8, I can drop the first set of parentheses because I'm only distributing 1 over it. Distribute negative 1 over the next set of parentheses. So I'm going to get negative x squared minus 2x. These cancel, that gives me negative 4x. All right, let's go back and rename all of these. Okay, this is quadratic, and it's a trinomial. This is also quadratic. There's 3 terms. It's a trinomial, so tri 1, 2, 3. Quadratic refers to that. Third one is quadratic, also trinomial. And then it becomes cubic because it's raised to the third power, and it's polynomial because there's 4 terms. And number 5, this is also cubic. Cubic is related to the highest exponent. There's 4 terms, so then it's polynomial. And then this one is cubic because it's raised to the second, but there's only 2 terms, so it's a binomial. Number 7 is a quartic because it's raised to the fourth. There's 3 terms, so that's a trinomial. And then last one, it's called linear because this was raised to the first power. There's only one term, so it's a monomial. All right, problem number 9, we have a rectangle. Let's pretend I could draw a really good rectangle. So if the left side is x minus 2, then the right side is x minus 2. If the top is 2x plus 7, then the bottom is 2x plus 7. So let's add our x's up for our perimeter. So x plus 2x is 3x, plus x is 4x, plus 2x is 6x. And then I have 7 minus 2 is 5, and 7 minus 2 is 5. 5 plus 5 is 10. There's our perimeter. Number 10, here's our triangle. So this is 4x squared minus 8. And then I have x squared minus 2x plus 6. And the bottom is 4x minus 2. So our perimeter all the way around. So I have 4x squared and x squared. That's 5x squared. Then I have negative 2x and positive 4x. That's going to give me plus 2x. Negative 8 plus 6 is negative 2. Negative 2 minus 2 is negative 4. There's our perimeter. Number 11, they already told us the perimeter was this. And we want to find the missing side. So this side is 2y plus 4, and this side is 4y minus 6. So let's figure out that missing side. So if I subtract both of these from our perimeter, so 7y minus 12 minus parentheses 2y plus 4 minus 4y minus 6. This is going to find us that missing side. Make sure you distribute the negative over the parentheses. Minus 12 minus 2y minus 8 and minus 4y plus 24. So 7y minus 2y is 5y minus 4y is 1y plus 2y is 3y. And then I have negative 12 minus 8 is negative 20. So that's our missing side. That's what that side would have been. And then number 12, a little tougher one to think about. So they gave us this side as 3x minus 8. And then they told us the perimeter of the whole thing is 14x minus 12. All right, so if this left side is 3x minus 8, then this side is 3x minus 8. Okay? So you know that these two sides are going to be the same. So I'm going to subtract both of these first from our perimeter. This was our perimeter. I'm going to subtract these. Notice I'm grouping them in parentheses, so I'll have to distribute over the parentheses. Distribute the negatives here and here, so I'm going to get 14x minus 12 minus 3x plus 8 minus 3x plus 8, and combine our like terms. So negative 3x and negative 3x is negative 6x. 14 minus 12 is 2. 2 plus 8 is 10. 10 plus 8 is 18. All right, so this is what both of these sides are equal to. They're equal to each other. So if I divide everything here by 2, I'm going to get negative 3x plus 9. So if the top is negative 3x plus 9, then the bottom is negative 3x plus 9. Let me know if you need extra guidance on that one. I'm happy to help you, okay? All right, we're going to be now on page 25. And we're going to see what happens when we actually multiply these together. All right, so I'm going to distribute over the parentheses. So 2 times 3 is 6. X times x to the second, add the exponent, so I get x to the third. And 2 times negative 4x is negative 8. X to the first and x to the first, add the exponent, so I get x to the second. So remember, like bases, you add the exponents when multiplying, multiply the base numbers together like normal. Okay. Next one, let's distribute over. So that's going to give me 12. That's x to the first and x to the second. It's going to be x to the third. Multiply 4 times negative 4. That's negative 16. X to the first and x to the first added together gives me x to the second. And the last one is going to just give me 24x to the first. And it's done. All right, let's be cautious on this one. I'm going to highlight. So this is going to get distributed to each of those. So let's take care of that first. So 4 times 3 is 12. X to the first and x to the second is x to the third. Then I get 4x minus 4x. So 4 times negative 4 is negative 16. X to the first and x to the first. Add those together gives me x to the second. And 4x times 6 is 24x. Next, I'm going to distribute the negative 3. I'm going to highlight that whole thing. So it comes here, here, and here. All right, so negative 3 times 3x squared is negative 9x squared. Negative 3 times negative 4x is positive 12x. Negative 3 times 6 is negative 18. Now I'm going to go ahead and combine my like terms. So I have 12x to the third. I don't have any others to combine with. 16x squared minus 9x squared is negative 25x squared. 24x and 12x is 36x. And then the 18 is all by itself. So look how I distributed. Take a good look at that, okay? So your bottom is right here. Okay, we've seen that before. Okay, number 3. Let's do this. I'm going to highlight where I'm going to distribute. So this is going to come here and here. So x times x is x squared. X times 5 is 5x. And then I'm going to distribute here. Negative 2. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times 5 is negative 10. Now we can go ahead and combine like terms. So I get x squared by itself. I'm going to get plus 3x because 5x minus 2x is 3x minus 10. So notice that one broke down into 3 terms. Okay, let's continue with our highlight fun. So I'm going to distribute positive 3x over the parentheses. So I'm going to get 12x squared. And then 3x times 3 is plus 9x. I guess that's not that good of a color to use. Negative 1 is negative 4x. Negative 1 times that's negative 3. So they're going to combine those like terms. So I'm going to get 12x squared. 9x minus 4x is plus 5x. And then minus 3. There's our answer. Let's continue. We're going to distribute 2x over the parentheses. 2x times x is 2x squared. 2x times 4 is 4x. Let's distribute 2 over the parentheses. So I'm going to get plus 2x. And then 2 times 4 is 8. These are like terms, so combine those together. So I get 2x squared plus 6x plus 8. There it is. Oh, wow. All right, we didn't have a number 7 there. But if we did this one, a times a is a squared. A times b is ab. Negative b times a is negative ab. Negative b times that is negative b squared. I know you didn't have that. Those cancel out, so you just get a squared minus b squared. This is going to be something we're going to talk about in a later lesson, okay? Okay, find the area. Find the area. So we have to first off remember that the area of a triangle is 1/2 times base times height. Well, if this is base and this is height, we can go ahead and do this. So I'm going to go slowly through this. I'm going to go 1/2 times 2x plus 5, which is the base, and the height is 6x minus 4. So let's go ahead and multiply these together. So I still have the 1/2 out front. I'm going to keep this in parentheses. So 2x and 6x is 12x squared. 2 times negative 4 is negative 8x. 5 times 6x is 30x. And 5 times negative 4 is negative 20. Okay, I still have that 1/2 out front. I'm going to deal with that in a minute. So 12x squared, I'm going to combine these like terms. So that's going to give me positive 22x minus 20. So now I want to distribute the half to each of these. So half of 12 is 6, so I get 6x squared. So this is what the area is equal to. Half of 22 is 11, that's positive 11x. Half of negative 20 is negative 10. So that's what our area is represented by polynomials. We go up to our rectangle, and the area of a rectangle is length times width. Okay, so length and width, so area is equal to x minus 2 and x plus 3. Let's multiply these together. X times x is x squared. X times 3 is positive 3x. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. Those are like terms. Again, this is the area. So I'm going to get x squared plus x minus 6. So that's the area of a rectangle represented as polynomials. So I think we can have a pretty good shot at getting page 27 and 28, 1 through 17 all done. You have plenty of time to start on it. Have a great day. Ask me if you have any questions.